As is the case for all honest anti-Romualdez posts on social media these days, this PGMN episode will be hit by a big troll farm again. Locked profiles with no posts, no friends, no pictures, accounts all created last week. Why? Because Martin is finally in real trouble with the ombudsman and wants to make sure that anyone who speaks out against him now will be attacked by a call center of hateful ogres. But we know you're not naive. You were not born yesterday. You know to look at the substance of the content itself rather than the haha reactions and hateful comments from empty accounts with no profiles, remembering what the actual point of this whole thing is. What is the point of this whole thing? It's that the biggest problem in the Philippines is and has always been corruption. And the most corrupt politician of the 21st century is Martin Romualdez. We'll discuss this thoroughly later in this video, so stay till the end. For now, let it be known that he's relentlessly trying to silence us. He's trying to silence PGMN. Don't let him silence you. Thirdly, before we talk about Romualdez and the case, I want to talk about PGMN. I built Peanut Gallery Media Network for a specific reason. I come from the social media generation who endured the full weight of the censorship industrial complex during the height of the malicious Western woke movement from 2017 through the pandemic and all the way until Trump was reelected in 2024. During that period, if you said anything even remotely odd, controversial, comedic, irreverent, or rebellious about gender, immigration, abortion, COVID, Hillary, Biden, Kamala, radical feminism, climate, BLM, Russia, China, transgender sports, transgender minors, veganism, socialism, communism, Zionism, or any of the hypersensitive woke issues that were deemed off limits, you were silenced by every major social media platform, especially Facebook and Twitter. That era was hideously authoritarian. 3 or 4 dozen very young, very weak, tyrannical nerds in Silicon Valley sat behind their computers, massaging their flaccid egos, arrogantly thinking that they had the moral authority to determine what billions of people around the world were allowed to say out loud. It was disgusting. Mainstream social platforms became so aggressively woke that not only could you not give your honest political opinion, you couldn't even crack a joke. It was a terrible time for freedom of speech. Then, in 2022, as I got out of rehab to finally get sober after being a cocaine addict for almost 20 years, the great Elon Musk bought Twitter, turned it into X, and instantaneously altered political discourse around the world. For the first time in years, people could finally speak freely again without any fear or apprehension of dictatorial woke snowflakes pressing a button to throttle their reach, shadow ban their accounts, or erase them entirely. Moments after his revolutionary purchase, I vividly remember Elon in an interview say this.
Like say, when does free speech matter most? It's when it's someone you don't like saying something you don't like. That's when it actually matters.
Free speech only matters when it's someone you don't like saying something you don't like. He looked like a man who was willing to die for that idea. That deeply inspired me. It's a quote I'll never forget. And so, 2 years later, I created PGMN. Before we were framed for extortion and the whole thing became a national story, we had 25 anchors in total. 100 people called him to say that I extorted them. Liar. Fucking liar. NBI director, lying through your teeth. I've never extorted anybody in my entire life. I dare you, Melvin, my dear friend, I dare you to come out on TV and produce all those messages, all those numbers, verifiable either by WhatsApp, by Meta, by Facebook Messenger, by Telegram, by Globe Smart, etc., on those days where you said that they called you, that they reached out to you. I've never extorted anybody in my entire life. And the reason why you lied and said that 200 people reached out to you is because the case against me is weak as shit. And you know that. Martin's lawyers know that. And the reason why you had to lie was to prop up the case. Apart from that, you maliciously pushed this narrative to the whole world that you had a cyber warrant to open my phone. Why do I think you said that in a press conference and multiple interviews? That you could open my phone and check out all the conversations and look at the photos and videos, etc., etc. I think it's because you wanted to make people feel that the NBI, although illegal, could leak certain photos, certain videos from my phone, conveniently leaving out the fact that you only had 10 days from the day of the arrest to look at all that information and that nothing outside of the case itself is admissible in court. And you are very well aware that Martin Romualdez, your friend, has a multitude of trolls and operators operating on me and PGMN simultaneously. And you wanted them, in my opinion, to create fake conversations, fake messages, fake calls, fake photos, and fake videos, and pretend that they were all leaked from my phone. Just to ruin my credibility because your pal Martin Romualdez knows we have more shit on him. In order for that dirt, that evidence, all those exposés that we have in Martin that were set up and planned, in order for them to lose credibility, you had to ruin ours. So you told the world that we have a warrant. And what happened since? A plethora of fraudulent bullshit. I'll give you an example. Look, these are all the things circulating online at the moment. This is a fake screenshot circulating online that is trying to make it seem like that I've reached out to somebody from the Romualdez camp. Okay, it says, hi there, it's Franco, blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera. This is fake, by the way. This conversation never happened. The person who made this fake screenshot, what they're trying to present or what they're trying to make you believe is that this was leaked from my cell phone after my phone was taken by the NBI. But I was arrested on May 5 when I was framed for extortion. If the insinuation here is that I reached out to Martin at the time, then why does it say today at the very top of the screenshot? That makes no sense. It's stupid. Number two, here's a fake screenshot that is trying to make it seem like I was having a conversation with CJ Hero. It says, Franco, the video is solid. I just need someone on the inside willing to sit down, blah, blah, blah. At the end of the message, it says, done, meeting set for the 22nd, Friday, March 20. I am 100% certain that on the weekend of March 20, all the way till past March 22, or on the day of March 22, I was in Hong Kong. That's easily verifiable. And these messages are easily disprovable. All the court has to do is reach out to Meta, and WhatsApp will give that information. Next, stupid ass AI picture of me. Looks fake. The guy in this picture is much more good looking, although that is my watch. But the picture's not real. Okay. All right, here's the worst one.
Sa lahat ng kanyang kontrobersya sa politika, ang isa sa mga dapat magkaroon ng hustisya ay ang mga rape victims na patuloy na binablackmail ni Franco. Dahil sa pera at kapangyarihan sa mga kilalang politiko, kaya ito patuloy na nakakatakas sa awtoridad. Isa sa mga biktimang babae nito, ang muntik ng mag-suicide dahil sa paulit-ulit nitong pananakot na patayin. Kaya wala kang maririnig na biktimang lumalaban kay Mapanta. Habang siya ay tagong sex addict, siya rin ay isang drug addict na kasama noon sa drug watch list sa panahon ng Pangulong Duterte. Pera at kapangyarihan ang dahilan, kaya tuloy-tuloy lang si Franco sa kanyang marumi at malaswang pamumuhay.
All right. Okay. This video falsely claims that there were rape victims. It showed explicitly pictures of those alleged rape victims. I will show you these pictures one by one. This is the first picture. Do you see this lady here next to me with the black bar in her eyes? This is an AI-generated image. This is the original photo. This is a picture of me with Vice President Sara Duterte and my good friend Karen Jimeno. The person who made this video, obviously to lie, to smear me, to smear my credibility just in time, by complete coincidence, during the time that I am going after Martin Romualdez. This person, whether male or female, created this video, stamped an AI woman onto Karen Jimeno while she's sitting beside the vice president, and then put a black bar in her eyes. Picture number two. This is a picture of me kissing a girl on the cheek. This is the original picture. The girl in the middle is my dear friend Roxanne Barcelo. The other guy is Gia Sky, the best man in my wedding. The three of us are really good friends. No rape victims here. The third, and this is the girl who in the video the narrator said was going to commit suicide because of blackmail. This is the picture in the video, and this is the original picture. That's Senator Grace Poe. As far as I know, not only is she alive, she's doing quite well. Fourth picture. This is the picture in the video, and this is the original. It's a fucking guy. It's my good friend, Jet Tolentino. This is how low this smear campaign is getting. This is the level of evil that they're willing to go down to. To fake rape allegations just to smear my name so that my credibility will be diminished as I am going after Martin Romualdez. Not only is that fucked up, not only is that immoral, that's straight up evil. That's evil. It came from this page. I want to call out the page explicitly, okay? This came from this page. The page is called Kabatak News. It has 102,000 followers. It's gone after Kiko Barzaga, Jingo Estrada, Alan Cayetano, Bato. Obviously, this entire page is leaning in one direction. As far as my lawyers have checked, it has a total of 16 completely defamatory, libelous, and untrue posts about me. If you look at the reactions, they are all trolls. If you look at the comments, they are all trolls. First of all, your PR fucking sucks. Number two, whoever is operating against me or whoever gave the instructions to operate against me, pakisabi naman kay galingan pa niya. Because she sucks. Furthermore, do you know why you cannot find any victims? Because there are none. I have always believed that apart from pedophilia, rape is the worst thing you can do to another person, even more than murder. Because I think that some people do deserve to die, but nobody deserves to be held down and raped. Nobody. And in my opinion, it absolutely deserves the death penalty. I also believe that any woman who is proven to have lied about being raped to hurt a man should absolutely be given the same punishment the man would have gotten if he was guilty, not only because an allegation this heinous was meant to ruin the innocent man's life, but because it makes it that much more difficult for real victims of rape to speak up when evil liars use the word falsely to weaponize it for the sake of jealousy, revenge, immaturity, ambition, or politics. Now, do you really think you can get away with this? Do you really think you can get away with a lie this egregious with no consequences? Do you really think I would let you just walk all over me like a doormat? My amazing legal team, I've never lost a case in my life, mind you, will absolutely, unequivocally, and mercilessly be filing civil and criminal charges against the horrible human beings that made these accusations, that made these false, baseless, and defamatory accusations. And I give you my got hurt. A lot of people got hurt. Martin doesn't care about any of that stuff. He doesn't care about the collateral damage of innocent people. He just wants to survive. Remember, he never cared in the slightest about all those folks who died because of the flood control corruption. The guy doesn't have a soul. This current situation where so many good people I care about got hurt, I can't even begin to elaborate on the immensity of the fuck that Martin Romualdez does not give. Martin will cross the reddest of the red lines if it means him staying out of prison. I've also been grieving the loss of something very personal to me, something I love, something beautiful that Martin Romualdez felt he had to destroy to save himself. These 4 letters, PGMN, they mean the world to me. If you know me, you know that the 4 letters represented my comeback story, my newfound sobriety, my redemption, my new mission in life.